What's up? It's your girl Reese, and happy Sunday. I love Sundays. Sundays are just so relaxing, and I didn't really want to do like anything formal or anything like that today. I just wanted today to be kind of chill, so I decided to do a story time for you guys. And this story time, I'm going to be sharing with you guys about the time where I got pregnant at the age of 15. So if you're interested, then just keep on watching. Okay, guys, so let me see, where do I want to start? First, y'all have to bear with me on this, okay? Because I got pregnant in 2007. It's 2016, so you can only imagine how many years that is. My son's almost 8, so that's almost like 9 years. So I'm trying my best to remember like all of the details. So I guess I'll start. I was just finishing up my freshman year of high school, and I think my son's father was finishing up his 12th grade. Like, so he was a senior. He had just graduated. So this is going into the summertime. So this was summer of 2007. All the parties were popping back in because, you know, it's summertime. People like to go out, turn up, especially house parties. Now, ain't no house party like a house party from back in the day, for real, because you didn't have to worry about no shooting. Of course, people will fight sometimes, but there was no shooting and all that kind of stuff. So it was safe to go out to parties and have a good time and all that type of stuff. And I love to dance. Like, I love to dance. So that's the only reason why I really went to the parties. So at this one particular party, I seen my son's father there. And when we were in school, like I would see him around and stuff like that, but he had a girlfriend. And I really wasn't looking at him like that, to be honest with you guys. Like, I wasn't attracted to him like that at the time when we were in school. So I didn't think anything about it. Like, okay, he's just another guy. But when the summer came, I met him at this party, and we were dancing, we were talking and stuff like that, but we never exchanged numbers or anything. So I just took it for what it was, and I went on about my day. A few days later, I get a call from my BFF, and she's like, hey, I'm about to go see my boyfriend in so-and-so. And I don't want to like name the cities or whatever, because you know, I want to protect their privacy. But anyway, she was like, I'm about to go to my boyfriend's house and so. Do you want to ride with us? His homeboy is about to come pick me up. And his homeboy was the father of my son. So at the time, I'm just like, no, I don't want to go nowhere with you or him, because I don't even know him like that. Like, why would I get in the car with him? So she was like, he's cool, it's all good, or whatever the case may be. And at this time, I didn't know which homeboy she was talking about. Like, I didn't know his name or nothing. So I was just like, mm. So when she got in the car with them, she was talking and stuff, and she was like, his name is, and I was just like, oh, him. I was like, I think I just seen him at a party or whatever. So she was like, do you want me to give him your number? I was like, sure, I don't care. So he ended up getting my number. He ended up calling me and stuff like that. And we started talking. We started texting. We started dating. Our first day, we went to the movies. And we went to McDonald's afterwards. You know, typical teenager date. So anyways, a few weeks later after that, you know, over the course of the time, we had decided to be together, like boyfriend and girlfriend. But a few weeks after that, I get a phone call from my other homegirl, and she's like, I think I see your boyfriend car like outside of his ex-girlfriend house. And I was like, are you serious? And I knew she wasn't lying, because his car, like the particular car he had, it was yellow. It looked like a big ass fucking banana. And it had big ass rims on it. So everybody knew whose car it was. And there was only one car like that in our whole city or little town or whatever. So I was furious, you guys. I was so upset. I was hurt, of course, because I'm like, I already know what you're doing over there. So I just really was not feeling it. I confronted him about it, and I was just like, hey, were you at your ex-girlfriend's house? Like, what's going on? So he was just like, no, like that wasn't me. Da, 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 da. I wasn't over there. Dudes lie. Like, they be lying. Like, they're not gonna tell you the truth unless they really do care about you. That's the only way that a man is really, really gonna tell you the truth. Because other than that, if he don't really give about you, he's going to be lying. So I already knew he was lying, but I was really, really hurt. And I went into that stage, how when you first go through a breakup and you're like blowing up your man's phone or your ex's phone and texting him, and he was not texting me back. He was not responding to any of my calls. He wouldn't even pick up the phone. So I did that for like maybe 2-3 days, and I still didn't get an answer back or call or anything like that. So I was really hurt, and I just wanted to move on with my life. But one day, me and him were talking on the phone. I don't know how we ended up talking on the phone, but this was after we broke up. And one day we were just talking on the phone. It was late at night, and he wanted to come over. So he ended up coming over to my house, and we ended up having sex. And I already knew like it was gonna happen. I already knew we were gonna have sex because, like, come on now. What dude want to come over your house late at night? Real late at night. Like, he gotta want something. So I was just like, okay, cool, come over. So he came over, we had sex. And this was our second time having sex, you guys. And I was just like, how the hell did I get pregnant on our second time having sex? So when they say that saying, like, all it takes is one time, all it takes is one time, y'all. Ladies, young girls out there, all it takes is one time. And need I remind y'all, this is my second time having sex with him, and I got pregnant that same night. Okay, so of course I didn't know I was pregnant on the same night, but throughout the weeks or whatever the case may be, I started to feel different. I started craving different things. I started sleeping a whole lot more. But I thought it's because school had just started and I was tired. I would go to school, come home, take a nap every single day. That was my routine. And by this time, me and my child's father, we weren't talking anymore like that. It had been like almost a whole month that we didn't talk to each other. So I was really over him at that point. So out of nowhere, the people who I was living with at the time, one of the girls came up to me and she was just like, you look pregnant. And I'm just like, what? She's like, you look pregnant. Girl, I'm not pregnant. I can't be. Ain't no way possible. Like, I don't know. Like, I've been seeing you eat different stuff. I've been seeing you fatigued a lot. And look at your stomach. And my stomach was flat to me. Like, I didn't think, like, anything was, different about it. Other people can see things that you can't. So I just took it for what it was. And she came to my school one day and checked me out, and we went to a pregnancy resource center. Now, at the pregnancy resource center, this is a place where you can go and get free pregnancy tests done. They have all these type of programs and stuff like that to help you out with you and your baby, and just try to give you the steps on what to do. So as soon as we pulled up to the center, I see my grandma's car that I used to steal. And if y'all haven't seen that story time, please go look at it, because y'all, I was like out of control. But anyways, I see my grandma's car and I was just like, is that her car? Like, I thought she didn't work anymore. I thought she was retired. And I was just really, really baffled. So how about as soon as I walked in, there go my grandma. Like, straight up, no lie, bruh. Like, my grandma was right there, and I was like, oh my gosh, like, what is she thinking right now? She's probably upset because she already know what I'm here for. You only come to the pregnancy resource center for one thing, and it's to find out that you're pregnant, or you come to those little classes because you're already pregnant. I was so embarrassed. But anyway, I just had to do what I had to do. But my grandmother, though, she didn't say anything to me. She didn't look at me anymore. I think she went up and got in the back. And I just didn't see her anymore the rest of the time I was there. So I was just like thinking about that. And I'm thinking about, oh my gosh, am I pregnant? Am I not pregnant? So I'm just thinking about all kind of stuff. Finally, I take the test. The lady brings me back the results. And I'm looking and I'm just like, so what's the answer? But she started giving me this speech and all this kind of stuff. And I'm just like, I'm not trying to hear all of this, bitch. So finally, she told me, and I was just like, we need to take another test. Like, for real, we need to take another test. And she was like, no, like, it's accurate. It's right. This is not wrong. You're pregnant. And you guys, all I could do was ball up and start crying. I was so disappointed in myself. I was so hurt and I was just so confused. Like, I didn't know. It was just so many things going through my mind. So later on that day, I ended up calling my son's father. He was just really not feeling it, to be honest with y'all. The first thing he asked me was, are you going to keep it? Are you going to get an abortion? And I was just like, yes, I'm going to keep it. No, I'm not getting an abortion. Like, my family doesn't believe in abortions. We believe in taking care of your responsibilities. So how about later on that day, y'all? I get a phone call from him and he's just like, hey, yeah, you know, you're going to be getting on welfare and Medicaid and food stamps and all this kind of stuff because I really just can't afford, you know, to be taking care of my baby right now. I'm not ready and, you know, all this other kind of stuff. So need I remind y'all, this is like almost 5 weeks we had just not been talking or whatever. So after that day, he started to jump to like all types of conclusions, and so did everybody else, because I guess rumors were being spread. So my name was being slandered in the streets. People were going around saying, I don't know who the father of my son is. People were calling me whores. I was, you know, being looked at all the time because I was in 10th grade walking around with a belly. I didn't start showing until like the middle of the school year or whatever, but some people knew I was pregnant and some people didn't, because I was just trying to keep it as private as I could. But eventually everybody's gonna find out, so I was just like, okay, whatever. But I can say my son's father did not come with me to not one doctor's appointment. He found him a totally new girlfriend, which I expected. Like, I didn't care about that. But I did care about him being there for the baby. So I was really going through this whole process by myself. I had a complication when I was pregnant as well. They found a tumor on my intestine. So I had to have a surgery while I was 6 months pregnant, y'all. 6 months pregnant. And that's like a whole nother story time. But even going throughout the process as well, like, I didn't have my mom there with me and my dad really wasn't there for me. So I was really trying to figure out, how am I going to afford a baby? I started doing people's hair, which is something I've always done to like earn my money. I was charging people like $50 to do their micro braids or anything like that. I just needed money. So with all the money that I was making to do hair and stuff like that, I used all of that to pay for my baby stuff. And then, you know, I was being looked at, being talked about because, you know, I didn't have my son's father there. So it was just like a really, really bad time for me. Like, I'm happy my son is here and everything, but my whole pregnancy journey was not good. I was being threatened. I was just going through a lot. Like, just because I was pregnant by a particular guy and I was young, and I thought, you know, oh, well, if I'm pregnant, like, maybe he'll step up and maybe he'll do something. Like, No, that's not what happened. So my advice to you young girls out there that are in love, and you can be in love for real though, like it can be real, but 9 times out of 10 when you're in high school and you're dating a guy, like the only thing they're thinking about is money, that cootie cat, and cars. And I'm just being honest with y'all. And I was in the same predicament as a lot of you out there, whether you're pregnant or not, where you think like, I just have to have a boyfriend. I just need somebody in my life. I just need to, do this because I want to be cool. I just. But you guys, honestly, these dudes do not care about you. They don't care. They do not care. And it's not every guy, but if I was to go back and wait until I had my son, I would do that, but I don't regret it because I'm able to share my story with you guys. And hopefully, if there are some 15-year-olds out there or anybody in your teens or anybody that's not even married, like I would definitely wait until I was married to get pregnant. That's one reason why me and my boyfriend have not had any kids yet, because like what if I get pregnant and then we break up? Like you ain't my you're really not my husband, you know what I'm saying? So I learned my lesson like going through that experience, and I just really hope that somebody can take something from this small little story and I don't know, hopefully it'll help somebody not get pregnant and just show you what these dudes are really about out here. And also, if you guys do want to see like a second part to this, like my labor and delivery story, because that's like a whole nother thing, like that's a whole nother journey. But if you guys want to hear about that, I will make a part 2 to this video. I know this kind of ran over a little long. The time is just, but whatever. It was a long story. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this story time, and I will see you guys in my next video. God bless.